Scott, just thank you for the opportunity. And just to preface that video, I'm at risk of talking myself out of a job, but it perfectly explains what Connect is about. Um, but let's do the real world and see what's going to happen when we activate this feature. So I'm quickly going to just hijack the screen on my side and I'm going to share it. And then we're going to look at it, what we've been doing and what brings us to today. And from there on, we're going to connect with our service provider. So what everybody will see here is the Red Rabbit dashboard that tells me what's happening in my day-to-day environment. You should know this well by now. So let's just quickly stand still and talk about the resources that we're going to be making available to you. That resources we have compiled into little videos, and as you know, there's always downloadable content available that will be made available for everybody. But if you want to see the videos, you navigate to the top right hand corner. Here's this red question mark. If you quickly click on it, it's going to say there's knowledge base and there's support. We're going to open up knowledge base. From knowledge base, we've reworked the sequence a little bit, but it's on the front page here. Quick, easy videos. There's the inspection normal training videos, the maintenance normal videos, and then new feature for Connect, Meet Red Rabbit's newest feature. If you click on that, there's the short little summary of it, and here are your videos. Now there's 4 videos in total, which we've made available. Your resource pack will contain, of course, more videos. But what will happen from the agency side, there's going to be, how do I activate the service provider? We'll visit this again today. But that's been part of our build up to where we are today. Then, how do I share a task card via WhatsApp? I think everybody thinks of this feature as the WhatsApp feature. I will talk about that in a little bit. Sometimes we just need to manage our expectations a little bit. And then there's video number 4. So you will see it doesn't run in exact sequence. It starts 1, 2, 4. If you scroll down, there's what the service provider will see. So I recommend that you watch it in sequence. How do I activate my service provider? How do I share this task card to the service provider? What's going to happen in the service provider's world? So this video will be provided to the service provider. The service provider will not have these 3 videos. So when the service provider sends us a reply from this video, it's going to take us to the 4th video. So that's just the resources that we have available for you. But of course, downloadable content always included as part of our webinars. So please remember to go and have a look at this. If you want to have a very short video, they are typically about a minute each. That's how easy Connect is to use. So I'm just going to quickly close that down. So now I'm going to pivot over into what happens with Connect. And I have a separate platform here just to make it easy. Our build-up took us through certain phases. Where does my maintenance come from? Right? Where does my maintenance come from? And we said we have indication here of I'm doing manual work, right? You don't want to be doing manual work. You want to get maintenance requests implemented. As you can see in this profile, we do not use maintenance requests at all. That is not the way to do it. And just to give some background, I've recently done a customer success session with a client where they have 63% of their maintenance tickets being created through maintenance requests. That is efficiency, right? So please, the buildup that we've done over the last 2 weeks is we need to ensure that we get maintenance tickets. I need to make sure that this maintenance ticket now comes from the place where I do the least amount of work. If I create a ticket manually by going to maintenance and then saying new ticket, I am duplicating information. I don't want to do that. If I get phoned at 10 o'clock at night and I have to open a ticket, I don't want to do that. Use the tenant maintenance request. Let the tenant put the ball into the tenant's court. Or if you're doing an inspection, use ticketing on the go. use the information that you've generated. I'm standing inside of the asset. I'm going to use that information to create a maintenance ticket, and your maintenance manager will love you for it because you get them involved in the process hours earlier. All right, so that's what brought us up to this point. Now, I've prepared a maintenance ticket for us. We're quickly going to have a look at it. So I'm just going to navigate to maintenance. And here is my maintenance ticket. It's a low priority ticket. We have spoken to the landlord. We have a to-do reminder that's due for today. But I've now just been activated on Connect, meaning I need to activate a service provider to be able to receive a live task card. Because at this point in time, none of my service providers can get a live task card. How do I do that? You go to Portfolio, navigate to Service Providers, open that, and it will give you your service provider list. Now, when this feature flag gets activated for you, and we'll talk about when this will actually happen, you will have live task cards listed here. All of them will look like these blue ones. They need to be activated. So what we said during our ramp up to this is make sure that you have verified your service provider phone numbers, because we will be sharing task cards via WhatsApp as well. So how do I activate a service provider? Really, really easy. Let's quickly just pick one here. Martina's sitting in our chat today. So we're going to use her as a service provider. I'm going to activate her. So this is what you're going to do. And once again, I am not advocating that you do this for all 50 of your service providers in one batch. Do it piecemeal, 5 at a time. Get them to adopt. Then the next lot, then the next lot. It makes it easier. But let's activate this service provider. I'm going to click on activate. It's going to ask us to confirm the activation. Yes. And now what's going to happen is it's going to say Martina has already been used. I'm quickly just going to find another one here. Let's just use this one. Activate over here. Activate again. And there we go. This one has just gone green. And that's what you're going to do with your service provider. Now, nothing happens further for you. There will be a change for the service provider when they log into Red Rabbit through that task card that you've shared, right? They're going to log into a portal. They will have to go through an activation step. But what's going to happen? We have a maintenance ticket. Here it is, ticket number 151. We have our tenant and asset details. The landlord has been notified. Let's quickly view it. So all my communication is here. I've opened a maintenance ticket. I've notified my tenant and my landlord. And now I've spoken to the landlord. The landlord said, get me one quote. Right, so here's all our issues that hopefully came in via the maintenance request portal or through ticketing on the go. But let's get a service provider involved. We're going to say, get a service provider for which issue, this kitchen tap. We're going to change the action to get me a quote. And we're going to say next. Now, we're going to have this icon here, live task card and PDF settings. We do not include our landlord details. We do include tenant details. We're going to, of course, generate the PDF, because some people will still be using PDF. So just leave it on use PDF still. And then we can give some more instructions. Please quote on the attached. Then I'm going to say next. Now I can select my service provider. And what you will see is your, let's call them connected service providers, will have this little man next to them. So you can see FixPro over here will not be able to get a live task card. That's why we're still sharing the PDF. But we are going to give this to a service provider that's connected. I'm going to use this one over here. I'm going to select him. You can see that icon there, and zooming in, you will be able to see that a live task card link will be included in the communication to the service provider. Great stuff. I'm going to, at the same time, use my communication scenarios, minimizing those phone calls of where are we in the process. I'm going to say next. What's our ticket phase? We are awaiting quotes. Now I'm going to say task and send. So now what you will see is your service provider has been added, and there is share live task card link, right? Share live task card link. And if you scroll down, you will see a live task card was sent to my service provider. You can view that email and you will see there's the live task card link. Now, you can follow it from the email itself, but we are all here to see the WhatsApp feature today. We know that. So I'm going to be sharing it via WhatsApp. So for this, you need to have WhatsApp installed on your laptop or your PC. I believe most of you already have that because that is almost an essential in today's time. But we're going to say share this live task card. It's going to open up your WhatsApp. And here you can see I'm going to send, let's just quickly move Skulk out of the way, this as a WhatsApp. And I'm sending it, and there it goes. Now I'm going to share my phone screen with you. What happened now? Now, unfortunately, because I'm sending it to myself, I will not be getting a notification, right? Because I've already opened the message. But at this point in time, the service provider's phone is pinging, and there is my WhatsApp with, of course, now that little icon that shows, okay, we have a message. I open it up, I go and have a look, and there is the task card that has been shared via WhatsApp. Let's pause here. How does this work? And the easiest way I can explain to you is the following. You are busy on Facebook. You see a video that you want to share with a family group. You then say, share. Then it asks you via which method. You're going to say WhatsApp. It copies that link and it pastes into your family's group. And then that link gets accessed and you then go to Facebook or wherever that link redirects. This is how this feature works. WhatsApp is the conduit for moving this live task card. Right. But my service provider is going to open this link and it will open this task card for us. There we are in our task card. Now, what can I see here? In the top of the screen, I can see the ticket reference number. Yes, it is color-coded. It was a low priority ticket. It is green. Blue would be medium priority. Red, of course, is high priority. And I can see the asset name, Shady Acres over here. Then I can see the originating company. Who sent me this task card? The Red Rabbit Training Company. Then I can see the date and time of this, that it was sent to me. I can see the picture that was taken and the suggested course of action. I need to quote, and there's a kitchen tap and the tap is leaking. If I click on this, it will enlarge my pictures. Right, so there's the kitchen tap. Oopsie, let's just follow it again. Now, what do we have? This is the details page, by the way. I have an internal tracker that tells me what can I do here. Do I need to? This is a new thing. As soon as I've quoted, I can move this along. I can view the PDF as well. So if you tap on that, it's going to open the PDF for you. So you can see there is a redundancy built in here. But that's our details. Now you can see here's updates with a little icon that says, hey, there's a new thing over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to updates and it's going to say a new task card has been sent to us. And James said, please find the attached. And you now need to quote for us. Now I'm the service provider. I go out to the asset. I look at what I have to work with and I generate my quote. Now I want to reply to this task card. So I'm going to say, okay, I've done my site visit. Please find attached quote. Right, that's my reply. Now I'm going to attach my quote to this. I'm going to go to the paperclip. I'm going to tap on that. It's going to say drag and drop files or click to open your default file browser. It's going to give me the option. Do I want to browse photos and videos? So this is if you have software on your phone that you provided the quote with and you saved it as a PDF, you can navigate to it. I'm old school. I have my quote, which I have printed out. There we go. There's my quote. So I'm going to take a picture. And I'm going to say, okay. So hopefully my quote is nice in focus, and I'm going to be sending this reply. Right. Now, when I've sent this reply, you will see it forms part of the update. So this communication trail now shows that I reply to this with this message and this picture. Right. Now, if I need to reach out to any of the stakeholders, you can do so by going to the contacts tab. Remember, you here is now the service provider. They can get directions to the asset. They can phone the tenant by simply tapping on this icon. They can phone you who originated this ticket if they have any questions. And of course, we didn't share the landlord details. All right. So that is what the service provider will see. And it is really, really easy to use. Now, I've received one task card. We are busy in that task card. Do I have more task cards? Yes, I do. Can I see them? Yes. You navigate to all tasks. You tap on that, and it's going to show you all the task cards along with if there are updates on them. And you can see that I can change status on it. Now, I did reply to this task card, Shady Acres, that just came in. It was 151. I did quote on it. We can see that in my updates, I did quote. Now, under details, I'm going to update my internal tracker and I'm going to say, I quoted on this. So this will not impact your ticket phases. This is for the service provider to organize their day as well. Right. That is what happened on my service provider side. What happens on your side? We are in Red Rabbit. And as a maintenance manager, you will be maintenance or doing maintenance management from this screen over here. And at some point, you're going to see, hey, there is an update, but you might have a whole long list of tickets that's listed here. We've brought in a filter that I can say, show me only items where there's an unread update. And there's the unread update. If I tap on that, it's going to open up this, and you will see that there is the update section. If I click on the update section, it will scroll down and it will say my service provider has said, please find the attached quote. If I click on that, it's going to show me the picture. Right? I'm going to close this. Now, we all know in maintenance, if I reply to the email, it would auto extract. Guess what, everybody? We've brought over that functionality. There's my picture that automatically extracted. Once again, quality of life, less paperwork. Right, so there's my quote. A little bit out of focus, but okay. I have a bit of a shaky hand. It is launch day after all. So now what am I going to do? The landlord said get one quote. If they are happy with the quote, okay, then great. We give the quote to the landlord approves it. Now I can say go and approve the quote, and I'm going to just change that to proceed as quoted. Next. We're going to give new instructions. I'm going to say next. We're going to email my service provider, quote approved. And I'm going to send, right? What's my status? I am on quote or work approved. I'm waiting for them to tell me when they can do it. I'm going to task and send. And of course, it now shows me that the quote has been approved. And I can share this live task card again, because when we approve the quote, a new task card gets generated. So the new task card, go and share that again. So share it with your service provider. There it loads, fire it off. And my service provider now will get a new WhatsApp back to my phone quickly. Let's just quickly show you there. There it is. And he follows it. It opens up this task card again, and there you can see, proceed as quoted. There's the updates flashing with the trail of communication. Right. And it says, James accepted the quote. Right. That is how easy it is, everybody. And that is what's going to connect you to your service provider. We do not use WhatsApp as communication method. It's communication medium, right? There's a difference between it. It's subtle, but it is a difference. Now, what if I send an update? Hi, Randy. When can you do it? Right. I just want to make sure I know when they can do it. I've just sent a message. Now, a message will not notify my service provider on the other side. How do I now make sure that they know it, that they received a message? I can just say, share live task card again, and I'm quickly going to fire that through to them. And of course, it says here they received an update on a task card. Please use the updates tab to send me any questions that you will have. Oopsie, I have to access it from my phone. Live demo, everybody. We don't pre-manufacture. So you can see that sometimes there's a misclick. Let's just go out quick. Let's go in there. And if I now follow this task card link, you're going to see under updates, he will see, hi, Randy, when can you do it? So I can still notify him instantly that there is an update, but it will not be in WhatsApp. It is using WhatsApp to communicate that change. Right. Let's just quickly go back to our home dashboard. So you will see all your updates are kept here. One communication stream. No loose emails, no loose phone calls because I'm logging it in my activity log, and more importantly, no loose WhatsApps. If you use 3 methods of communication, I'm layering complexity into this. We want one stream of communication within this ecosystem of ours. All right, so that concludes my live demo for Connect. Now, before Skulk takes control away from me, I'm going to, and JP always stresses that I go rogue, right? JP, unfortunately, this is such a day where those of you who've attended Engage might have seen me sharing some screenshots in Red Rabbit. And this feature was not announced, right? So there's my Red Rabbit dashboard. And please just go and make sure that you are on the newest version of Red Rabbit. But what you see here is we've brought maintenance in. Now, up to this point, everybody would have had new ticket, that is ticketing on the go. But above that is tickets. And yes, I will do training sessions and a webinar on this to train you. But what we've now included, and I'm announcing this today, is I am able to manage my maintenance ticket from the app. Right?
Sure.
There's my maintenance tickets. Now you can see Riva is demoing a little bit. There's Da Vinci Road, a lot of other roads, but let's have a look at it. If I tap on this top part over here, it's going to open up the ticket details for me, and you can see it's virtually the same view as that you have on your Red Rabbit portal. I can see everything there. Everything is there. The same functionality. So this is what we're talking about when we say portal to your palm functionality, because we've just brought this feature of the portal to your palm.